All right, what's going on, guys? It's, Chris Klein,
And Jose Rivas.
and we're here today from the IEOR 190G Patent Engineering class at UC Berkeley. And we're doing our weekly video. This topic for this week is Barnes and Nobles. So really quickly, some of the things we're going to talk about. We're going to obviously talk about the litigation between Barnes and Nobles and Microsoft. Then we're going to talk real quickly about probably a lesser known lawsuit right now between Barnes and Noble and LSI. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the business implications that we think are resulting from these patent lawsuits in general, or these patent lawsuits specifically, and then in general the patent war that is going on. So, Jose, want to tell us a little bit about what's going on with Microsoft?
Basically, what Microsoft is doing is that they're basically collecting royalties from anyone using an Android operating system. Right now, they've been collecting royalties for the smartphone Android systems, but they're actually trying to go into the tablets, and they're the first person I guess they're going after is Barnes and Noble. And recently, the International Trade Commission actually threw out an antitrust case that Barnes and Noble is using as their defense, basically saying that Microsoft is recklessly trying to collect royalties from everyone based on bogus patents that they're saying that they're using.
Yeah, and I think Microsoft is kind of laying the groundwork for this because this other lawsuit that's going on with LSI. LSI sued Barnes and Noble last year, in the middle of last year, relating to semiconductors that they produce and the patents they think for the semiconductors that are used for hard disk drives. And they sued Barnes and Noble for the Nook on 11 patents relating to this. And they've been countersuing each other back and forth. Barnes and Noble's been suing to try to prevent this, the royalty demands from LSI, and it's been going back and forth. It hasn't been resolved. There was a ruling just a few days ago that Barnes and Noble can use the defenses that they wanted to. LSI was trying to keep them from even being able to claim which defenses they were going to. The suits also including some information on wireless local area networks, enhanced communications, and then also DVD and audio recording technology. So LSI is trying to get theirs, and this might be related to the fact that Microsoft has been suing, everyone's been suing. I think everyone's kind of seeing this as an option to make some money. So now that we've kind of talked a little bit about these lawsuits, we wanted to just discuss some of the business implications. We think it's interesting to look at it from the business side, and so what I want to find out from Jose is what do you feel like, or how do you feel about the patent war spreading from smartphones to what it looks like tablets and quite possibly other tech portions of the industry?
Basically, what I feel is that it all comes down to it's like intellectual property. So basically, this property is owned by Microsoft, and they're just trying to collect royalties for it. And I mean, if they can, I feel like it's more power to them. If they can collect this, it's all about money. Basically, they're not making money from the sales of their phones, so they're finding other ways to make money, which is by licensing fees. And basically, Barnes and Noble is pushing back. They don't want to pay these fees because they feel like basically they're breaking the antitrust laws by basically suing everyone for these. It's only a couple of patents. Like the lawsuit started off as 5 patents, but it's actually down to 3 because 2 of them got thrown out the window. And I would actually like to show an example of what one of the patents does. Basically, what it does is you can highlight something, and basically that's what it does. You can highlight it and expand the bar and then copy something onto the clipboard, and that basically it's something as simple as that Microsoft says is being infringed upon for their patents.
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing this stuff because these are technologies that the users at the end of the experience wouldn't think twice about someone owning the rights to it. It's things that, in my opinion, has just become a convenience, something that we're so used to, and I think I understand why Microsoft's doing it. We covered this when we were looking at Microsoft a few weeks ago. They have the patents. They don't have the actual product out in the market, so they're trying to make money. But I do think there are some implications that are involved when something like this happens, because this started with smartphones. It looks like it's now moving over to the e-readers. And Jose and I actually, we looked into it really quick. Some of the other companies that are using Android operating systems on their tablets. E-reading tablet devices, and I think the list what do we have down there.
So basically, right now, Microsoft actually successful at collecting royalties from 70% of the smartphone users. So I mean, if they're able to successfully do that, they're looking at other sides of the spectrum, and they're saying, oh, you know what? There's actually a bunch of tablets that are using our operating system, so we can make money from them too. So just a couple of the companies that are using Android for their tablets: Asus, Kindle Fire, Samsung, Motorola, Sony, Toshiba, Acer, and HTC. So basically, there's so much more that can, I guess they're taking it a step at a time and swing, one of these companies going after the giants, I guess, first.
It's just interesting to look at it, because if you think about it, I mean, they're setting a precedence now. If they're able to start pushing these patent litigations past the smartphones, who knows what's going to happen. And there was a quote here, actually from Daniel Kohei. He was an associate professor of biz law at Penn State, and the way he put it is, as companies feel shut out, they see patents as a way to get back into the game. And so, I think this is what we're seeing from Microsoft, from LSI, Apple. Maybe not so much feeling shut out, but being worried that they may get shut out in the future. And it could be good, it could be bad. Who knows what happens? Who knows if this is something that's going to spread to the point where all future technology geared towards mobile use and functionality is a complete litigation nightmare. I mean, who knows what's going to happen to innovation and to us, the consumers, at the end. So it's just something to think about. And in fact, if you want to comment on this video, maybe you can let us know what you think about the future for mobile devices in general, whether it's a tablet, a phone, or if we come up with mobile TVs. Who knows what's out there? What do you think the implications are for the users?
Yeah, and one last word about Barnes & Noble is the battle between Barnes & Noble and Microsoft is actually not over. This was just a ruling by the International Trade Commission, but they're actually planning on taking it to federal court. So depending on what happens there, it might actually set the standard for other cases that might come up in the future.
All right, guys, take it easy. We've seen you next week.
Okay.